So, Sierra Leone.
11 years of civil war killed at least 50,000 people and forced 500,000 from their homes.
Diamonds, right?
Rebel fighters enslaved locals to dig for so-called blood diamonds.
Natural disasters.
We've just been to the site where the mudslide happened on Monday.
The number of the missing is still unknown.
A crowd of people had gathered near a fuel tanker that had been involved in a collision. A bus full of people nearby was completely burned.
Health crisis.
Go to the deadly Ebola outbreak.
The world is losing the fight against Ebola.
Rape and gender-based violence.
5-year-old Khadija Soko was raped and killed in Sierra Leone in June.
On this note, ladies and gentlemen, I therefore declare rape and sexual violence as national emergency.
What if I told you there is a different Sierra Leone than what the media has led us to believe? This is Sierra Leone.
Good morning. It is day 33 of the 520-mile walk, and today we are just about 5 miles outside Port Loko. We did oversleep a bit, so it's about 6:30, so we have about an hour and a half to try and make it into town, but we might be a little past 8 o'clock, which will be okay. Last night, some of our team, Abdul, Kinetoma, and Matu, and some of the others stayed up pretty late playing music and talking almost to like 12:30, and I just told them, I was like, you guys, eventually we have to go to sleep. So got a little less sleep than I had hoped, but feeling good this morning. The sun is up and the sunrise is beautiful as always. And today we have a lot more people on our team. I think a couple people came to walk with us for the next couple days, but we have about 10 to 15, maybe 15 to 20 people walking with us, which is really awesome to see that it continues to grow in size, the people that are joining us and coming along to speak about this issue of rape and sexual violence in the country and be in support of the work we are doing. So we're gonna pack everything up just over here and get back on the road. So we have arrived into Port Loko and we were greeted by one of our partners, the 50/50 group, and they greeted us with bananas and oranges. I think I've had enough vitamin C to last me probably a couple years, but I absolutely love it being here in Sierra Leone. The oranges are so fresh. But now we are heading further into town to get some breakfast. I'm looking for rice as always because it's what I love most, but I'm open to whatever we can find. And I think we're gonna hang out for a bit and wait for some of our other partners to show up and walk further into town to have our celebration. So we have rested and now we are back to where all of our stuff is, and we are heading out to the market to have a little bit of a celebration and explain what it is that we are doing. It's very loud because of the speaker in front of us, but the whole team is excited. I'm excited. My hair, I have no idea what it looks like, but it feels different. So I'm excited to head into Port Loko and meet some of the community. Tebow, what do you have to say for yourself?
150 miles.
She has been 50 miles. As you just saw, T is a cheetah. Good morning, it is day 34 and we are here in Port Loko. Today, we are honestly not doing a whole lot. We are just hanging out, resting, do a ton of laundry, getting some things ready so that we can head the final week down to Lungi and then across the ferry to Freetown next Friday. We have a couple things organized today, such as washing the feet and speaking to the community, but we have not made contact with our partner organization as to when that will be happening. So for now, we're just heading into town to have some breakfast. I'm getting caught up with posting stuff on my socials from the last couple days so that by the time we get to Freetown, everything will be caught up and good to go and up to date on the exact day that we are walking. And so with that being said, I'm gonna get everything packed up and head into town for breakfast. So one of the questions I get a lot from friends and family back home is when I tell them I go out for breakfast or lunch or dinner, what it looks like, what a restaurant here looks like, and it really varies town to town, village to village. In the villages, a lot of times it's just a little grass hut that you sit under where they cook on the ground. And in the cities, it could be like that, or there's little structures or buildings that they cook in. In Freetown, it's a lot of very makeshift buildings with just scrap metal and wood that you go and sit in. My friends are looking at me like I'm crazy. They don't understand why I talk at my camera. But with that being said, I'll show you a little bit of what this restaurant looks like and what kind of food we'll eat today. So this morning they have beans and cassava leaf. And if you've been following along, I'm sure you know what I'm gonna pick. Of course I'm gonna pick cassava leaf. It is my absolute favorite and one of the best foods here in my opinion. And if you haven't been to West Africa or Sierra Leone, I highly recommend you do. Not only for the culture and the people and the experiences, but honestly, primarily, just for the cassava leaf. So we just got on the bike with Laminu and we are heading back to the compound, and then shortly after that we will be heading with the chief for a community ceremony. So we have just walked into town and we have arrived at what seems kind of like a makeshift field that is also near a couple buildings. I believe City Hall is near here, but our team is here hanging out and we are just waiting for other community leaders to show up and get things started. Good evening. We are here still in Port Loko. Kenema does not be quiet when I ask him to, so I'm going to do it again. Kenema. Quiet. Good evening. We are here in Port Loko. I am in the office where the boys are sleeping tonight. This afternoon we had the community ceremony, which in all honesty was pretty unorganized. A lot of our experiences here in Port Loko have felt a bit unorganized, but like I explained to Hindalo, statistically that is going to happen when you are walking across the entire country for 40 days and meeting with all kinds of different communities. We also had some of these experiences during the first walk. Last time when we were in Kenema, we expected it to be a very big celebration this past January, but it did not turn out to be that way. So things like this do happen, but we are going to continue pushing on. We have done the math and we have found out that we are only about 30 miles or so from Lungi, which is the last town that we are going to be before we cross over to Freetown, which means we only have a couple days left of walking before we hang out in Lungi for a couple days and then cross over the ferry to Freetown to walk in to the cotton tree and then to the Parliament on December 10th. So I am very excited that the walk is coming to an end. I am also a bit sad because that does mean I'm leaving the country soon and I'm leaving my friends and family here. But that just means I will have to go back to the US and work really hard so that I can come back and spend more time here. But with that being said, I'm gonna shower, get some good rest, and we are gonna head out very early tomorrow around 3 a.m. for about 12 miles before we settle in for the day.